Welcome to Warriors of Business, a show where you learn about Marlboro's local business owners and how they do what they do.
Yeah, October 2020. Yeah, right in the middle of everything.
Meet Allison Cox, owner of Word on the Street, a local bookstore on Main Street. She told us about how she got here.
Everything has led to this. It's amazing. It really does feel like full circle. I was an English major in college, and I didn't know what I was going to do when I got out. And I was at a job fair, and a woman approached me at the job fair from an independent bookstore in Springfield, Massachusetts. And so I started out working at Johnson's bookstore in Springfield. It was over 100 years old, and it was still operated by the same family. So I ended up working in a publishing company in Boston. So I had a little bit of book selling experience and then publishing from the other end. And then I became a librarian. So I have that experience, and then from public libraries I went to school libraries, so I've also worked in the school system. So I know a little bit about the ins and outs of the school system, children's books because I was a children's librarian, and book selling and publishing. So it all kind of came together, and now I'm sort of back where I started in a bookstore, but this time I'm the boss.
Allison started in the middle of a pandemic, and we asked what it was like.
I would say I didn't know any differently because I've never owned a business before. So for me, this was just totally, this is how business is. So just one step at a time. I was learning everything as I went. So it was just a matter of trial and error and learning things, and I'm still learning things every day. I just got off the phone with tech support from my POS system because it was something that I still don't know how to do at this point in the game. So I'm still learning every single day. It was kind of what I was hoping, actually. Lots of people came in, and I had such great support from the community. People were pouring through the doors saying things like, oh my gosh, finally there's a bookstore, and things like, during a pandemic, you know what we need? We need activity books. We need books for our kids to read. We need puzzles to do at home. So those were all the things that we were offering, so it was perfect timing.
Above all else, the hardest part of a business is
fear. It was terrifying to put yourself out there to say, all right, I'm opening this new business, people are going to love it, or it's going to fail really bad and be embarrassing. So I think that was the biggest thing to get over, was just making the decision to spend that bunch of money up front and then see what happens. It was terrifying. But I knew that people were out there. I knew my people were there because I brought up 3 kids in this city, and my youngest is now a senior in high school, and I always wished we had a store like this. So I knew there were more parents like me out there, and I knew it would be okay, but it was terrifying to take that first step.
The plan for the future seemed bright, according to Allison, who, like many others, was ready for post-pandemic activities.
We hope it's going away, right? So the plan of action now is just to get better and better, because I'm learning as I go, like, which merchandise works and which doesn't. For instance, when we first opened, we couldn't do any like in-person author events or anything like that. So now we're starting to plan those. We just had our first one. We did have Faya Creed. She's from Southborough. She's a picture book author. She just published her first book. It's called Jet the Cat is Not a Cat. And it's super funny, and she's a riot, and she was fun. We just had a small group here, and she read that book and a couple other books about cats. And everybody had a good time, and it was a small audience. I just was to try it out. Somebody new that very few people know. She's fantastic, and a lot of people are going to know about her now because she got a deal with her publisher for 2 more books now. So
Allison also explained to us why a local bookstore is important for our city.
So the important thing about an independent bookstore, as opposed to one of the online sellers, is that the money that we make here goes directly back into the community, because I am working here, so I am right away going and I'm buying my pizza across the street, and I'm going to Street Kitchen, and I'm going down the street to get my sandwiches. All of the little money that we make here is going right back into the community, and my family is spending it all here in town. So that makes a big difference rather than going online to some warehouse somewhere far, far away. It stays right in the community. So support, it's a local business.
Finally, Allison had many thanks to give to those who supported her.
Well, the community for sure. All the people that have come in, and even at the beginning when we didn't have tons of merchandise, they kept coming back anyway and giving me suggestions for things that their kids would enjoy. And the Marlboro Economic Development people have been by offering support many times, and they're including me in some of their events. And my family. I have kids that come in and help me out, and my husband is my one investor, so thank God for them. They've been so supportive.
Thanks for watching Warriors of Business. Stay tuned for more episodes. If you're a local business owner in Marlboro and want to be on our show, email Spencer Geary at WMCT-TV.com.